Vernon, what's that necklace?
This is a compass, my friend. Had a big epiphany maybe a year ago, just trying to find like where I should be and where with life. And I came across like the meaning of like a compass, not just from a metaphorical standpoint, but just finding direction.
Hmm.
And got a little bit deep into a rabbit hole of like psychology and stuff. And it was, we want to go fast, we want to go far, but for most people, if you just have a little bit of direction, it takes care of itself.
I love that. I've been seeing a bunch of dudes with the old Viking compasses tattooed.
Yeah.
Jay's got one.
Yep.
I'm talking like a lot of the same thing, trying to script your direction, keep you on the same path going forward. No, I mean, I've seen it for years. I've just never asked you.
It's just something to get, it's something you get caught up in because it's like when you talk about fitness, not to give it as an example, but it's people just want to go so fast, so hard. And the best fitness stories you ever hear is like, I just chipped away at it for a year. And as long as you have some direction, it doesn't mean the direction can't change. Mm-hmm. But as long as you have some direction and some thought behind that direction, you can change at any point. But just moving forward, just falling forward. I don't know. It gets on that concept of this direction matters. The tree falls in the way it's leaning.
Tree falls in the way it's leaning. Yeah, I mean, we talked about that. Guys don't know where to start. Like, you just need a direction. Movement. Just walk.
Anything.
Bro, just move 3 times a day. Yep. 20 minutes. Like literally walk out of your office, bang a right, and walk for 10 minutes in one direction. Turn around and walk back. Do that 3 times a day. Do it for 7 days a week. Do it for 30 consecutive days. It'll change your whole life.
For me, I relate it to what you say about the micro wins all the time. It's just direction of going forward. Like those wins add up and that momentum just falls forward.
It does, man. And like, yeah, when you look at it over the course of a day, it's like you get so used to being successful, and it's not hard over and over. And like, I'm trying to wake up at 4 a.m. to do this. Like, oh, I can't. I'm just so tired. Go to bed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Just be a little more disciplined. Add 30 minutes here, get 30 minutes there. Back to back to back to back. Lay out your clothes the night before. All the way. Socks, shoes, pants, under the whole thing. Lay it all out. Have a little morning routine. You'll be so much more efficient when you get done. By the time you're pouring a cup of coffee, dude, I've got an extra 20 minutes to spare.
Yeah.
Like, how is that possible? Because instead of walking in my closet, what t-shirt am I going to wear? I need some underwear. God, there's no socks in here. God. Digging through the dirty clothes, trying to pull out some socks. Like, it's already done.
Mm-hmm.
Wake up, take a piss, brush your teeth, get dressed. Now you're making coffee. Like, my whole morning routine, the time I'm pouring coffee, it's 4 minutes.
You say purpose-built often. Huh. And I think about that with like something like direction. It's like there's purpose behind it. There's intention behind it. And then from there, the direction that you choose based off of your goals, based off of where you want to be. But it's just intentful. And that direction can come from someone guiding you or you figuring out your own path along the way. Mm-hmm. But it's just, to me, I'm choosing that direction. And I feel like there's something empowering with that. Like that whole metaphor of like what you're not changing, you're choosing. Like the direction that you choose, it helps align. Like if I'm trying to make a choice, I can question myself like, is this going to keep me along that direction? Is this going to change my direction? Then it's like, well, that's not my true north. Mm. If that is not going to build, if that's not going to get me towards my goal, that direction, then it's taking me away from it. So then it's like, this isn't my true north. And, there are certain things we have to make every now and then. Like if you're on a diet or something, you're like, well, I'm going to go get drinks with the boys. Is that going towards my true north? Maybe not from a fitness standpoint, but like being social with your friends, connecting, that whole mental health aspect, like that is your true north of happiness, of wellness. Mm. Now, if you start getting too far away from it, now your direction changes. But for me, when I find myself at a crossroads, it's like, is this a yes or is this a no?
And I was thinking about lanes on the freeway. As long as I'm still going northbound, I'm good. If I need to change directions,
exactly.
One lane, to keep myself moving in the same direction, it might not be the exact lane that I want to for right now, but as long as I'm going in the same general direction, I can always jump one lane over to left or right. Continue going forward.
Yep.
Right.
Sometimes you got to slow down. You get caught behind something.
Yeah.
Sometimes you're in traffic, but as long as you are still moving, those daily wins, as you say, just add up and just add up.
They do, man, and it becomes so consistent after a while. Like, look at some of these routines and these inspirational athletes and all of that. It's like, Like, oh, I don't know how he can do it. He doesn't know the difference. He's been doing it for so long. Like, that's like waking up brushing your teeth. Like, you never think about, oh, I need to wake up and brush my teeth. You just naturally do it. It's the same thing. He's been living that routine for so long. That's really, I watched one with Kobe Bryant last night. I thought I put in my story, and it was like, why do you wake up at 3 a.m.? He's like, well, typically you're a professional basketball player. You're trying to be the best basketball player in the world. You have one training session from 9 to 10, take a little nap, you go back on from 4 to 5, eat dinner, take a shower, time with the kids, rinse and repeat. If I wake up at 3, I train from 4 to 5, get a nap, get breakfast. I train again from 8 to 9. Boom. Now I walk in the training. By the time you add up all of those over the course of 365 days, I'm so far ahead of you, you're never going to catch me in your natural progression. When you expand that over the course of 20 years, I've trained for this sport for 40 years. You'll never catch me. My ball handling skills, my intimate contact with the ball, and my court knowledge and all of that, you'll never catch me. It's that exact same principle in every walk of life. If you want to outwork everybody, that's what it looks like. You're like, well, I can't do that. I wish Kobe Bryant was still alive. We'd ask him what time he goes to bed at night.
Yeah.
Like, he's still getting all of his 8 hours.
Yep.
He just structured his entire day to optimize every opportunity he has. He's not wasting it. You want to be the next Tiger Woods? It's the same thing. Dude, I saw one the other day because I like looking at stats now. I never did before in my whole life. Now I look at it. Look at like golf. Scotty Scheffler, number 1 best ranked golfer in the world. He's been on top of the list for like 32 weeks, I'll call it. For him to catch Tiger Woods, he would have to be number 1 in the world every single week, every single day until 2035 to catch him. You're never going to catch him, dude.
Stats like that are crazy. You don't realize what you're watching. Like when we were kids watching Tiger dominate, you're like, yeah, okay. But now you're like, oh no, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Michael Phelps, Tom Brady. Like that is, we had to witness perfection. Like not perfect people, but like just the epitome of direction and effort.
Yeah. And when you see it with all the different walks of life, Michael Schumacher, Lewis Hamilton, like whoever you want to pick, it's the same thing. You're like, what makes them different? They cared more than you did. It's not like they're superior genetic potential. Like Tiger Woods is a normal dude. Like you don't have to run a 4.340 to be Tiger Woods. He just cares more than you do. It's like he's genetically gifted at golf.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for so long and adopted that routine for this amount of time. You'll never catch him.
I got a question for you. So when it comes to direction, most people have goals. They have something they're moving towards. I think, and this is something that does kind of get me sometimes, what do you do when you fall, when that direction slows down? Like, not to give that highway reference, as you said, but like when you do get stuck in traffic, when you do fall off the bandwagon of eating healthy, when you do miss workouts for a week. I feel like a lot of people, they can't overcome that. And almost like, they're like, oh, knew this was going to happen. Here we go. I'm done. Like, I know you've experienced it with injuries, with setbacks, with things going on in your life. I know I have. What advice would you give for someone that is in that situation?
You ever seen anybody running down the side of the road and they hit a 4-way intersection and they stop running, waiting for the traffic signal to go? You ever seen the people that stop and they keep running in place?
Yep.
Keep running in place. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be perfect, but the general flow of, like, I got to control things I can't control. Like, what can I do today? It might not be 100%, but what can I do today that makes me better than I was yesterday? And sometimes it's honestly recovery. It's purpose-built recovery. Like, I am so exhausted. I don't want to take a day off. The best thing for me right now is to take a full recovery day. Let's get some general movement in. Let's get a 20-minute walk. Let's eat super clean. Let's overly hydrate. Let's really try to maximize the recovery and think about it. Come back, gear up next day. Like, do I feel better than I did yesterday? Yeah, that's a win. I'm better than I was yesterday. I didn't have to do anything really exponential. Just chipping away at it, staying on the same path, steady pressure. Just got to go.
It's almost like reminding yourself, like, even though you maybe didn't do what you yesterday did regarding that direction, you are still moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
It just might not look like it did the previous couple weeks.
I mean, you're not going to hit a PR every single time you walk in the gym.
Yeah.
But the consistency, that matters.
Well, it's like people in a fitness, like how many people in the program have said they've lost like 100 pounds, and then eventually that slows down.
Yep.
Because you don't have that weight to lose. And it's like, well, now I'm only losing this much, or my bench press went up, 50 pounds. And now I'm like slowly climbing 5 pounds at a time. Welcome to the rest of us, my friend.
That's reality. I mean, people train the entire year to add 5-10 pounds on their max lift. That's a long time. That's a lot of consistency, a lot of effort for not a whole lot of gain.
Yep.
But that's why they do it. You stack up those year after year, and you're like, well, how does that guy do an 800-pound bench press? He's been training for years, man. Never let his foot off the gas. Gets injured, what's he doing? Purpose-built recovery because he knows what he wants to do. He's trying to do an 800-pound bench press. Gotta keep going. Gotta keep going.
You ever find yourself maybe in big points of your life where direction changes?
Huh.
Like maybe separating from the military, maybe while you're in teams, but how would you navigate that like you've been working in this direction your whole life or for a long period of time and you're just like, man, I don't know if I'm going in the right direction. Maybe I need to pivot. Maybe that pivot is forced, getting out of the military, or maybe that pivot is situationally induced. Maybe you have more going on at work, family dynamics change, but how do you overcome that?
I try to take the things that are constant that always have me improving and keep those as a staple in my baseline. Fitness, mental health, 20-minute walks, whatever it is. Like, I mean, I'm going through one right now with the health issue.
Yep.
Like I wrote on the post the other day, like all the things I typically used to do to get myself in the optimal side of normal, I can't do anymore. The diet, the protein shakes, the creatine, like all the stuff I would normally do, I can't do. So what I do now, do what I can.
Find different ways to move you to fuel that direction.
Yep. That's supplementing protein for this type, or now it's food, now it's more structured diet, now it's all these different things. Like I can't use like a generalist approach anymore. Like I have to be really, really specific now. It's almost like a new challenge. Like how far can I go? Right? Like instead of just touching the wave tops of it, like I have to redo my entire diet. Everything I consume has to be purpose built now for sure, or it's going to kill me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so now what? I'm on the same path. I'm still trying to get 1% better every day. I just have to use all these different modalities and methods to get me there. But do I want to change my diet? No. Do I want to not drink whey protein? No. Do I want to stop taking creatine? No. But if I stop doing everything, I'm like, oh, if I can't take creatine and protein, then I'm just going to quit working out. No. Because I know what will happen. My mental health just tanks immediately. It's like when I come in here, some days I don't want to do it. I'm just going to fight myself.
What?
A little more.
What got you to the point where you now, when I first met you, no offense, you weren't the most open-minded person. You had an idea of what training should look like, what you wanted to do. Now I feel you are a completely different person.
Yeah.
All those modalities that you're doing, all of this stuff, I mean, even your diet alone, you have went in the rabbit hole. What got you to a point that you are comfortable being so open-minded and open to trying so many things? Because even some of the things you've done, I haven't even heard of. I'm like, what are you doing? But it's like, this doctor said this, it might help. Great. There's no negative side effects. Yeah, you should absolutely try that, DJ. What guided that open-mindedness? Because the direction you have is great, but the second you have that open-mindedness to resources, to situations, to conversations, it's almost like that shit can propel you so much further.
I think a lot of it is realizing I don't know everything. And now that I've been exposed to so many different people that are savants at whatever they do, there's so much information out there that I've never been open to before. It's like, I don't know all the answers. Right? Like, I mean, you've unlocked more in me physically and mentally than anybody else ever has. And he's had that information this entire time. I wasn't on the receiving end of it. And now I just open up my aperture. Am I exhausting all my resources? No, because there are millions of people out there that might have the cure for this whole thing. And if I just don't take it all in and sift through it, I'll never know. It's like drinking methylene blue turns my piss look like bright blue Gatorade. Like, does that help? Red light. At least at the very end of the day, if, we run this entire course, doctors get down, he's like, hey, man, none of it's working. At least I can look at myself in the mirror and all the boys, I'm like, not for a lack of effort.
Yeah, you
I
gave it everything
exhausted
you had.
every resource. Did my diet, no drinking, no this, no that, all the way through. Couldn't do anything else.
When you're sifting through it, how do you sift? How do you know what you're sifting is good versus not? Because even me, being somewhat educated in the space, there's sometimes I see things and I'm like, what? But then people are like, they work for me. And I'm like, damn, it kind of goes against what I think. But if it's helping people, it's like, well, if it's not hurting them, I guess. Like, how do you sift through that? Because, no offense, you've had quite a few things that you've mentioned, and I've been like, DJ, I don't think so, man. But the worst thing I can do is tell you it doesn't work. The placebo is powerful. The nocebo is more powerful. If I tell you it doesn't work, you automatically are going to be like, wow, I wasted my money.
Mm-hmm.
The next time you take that pill, you're like, oh, this ain't going to do anything.
Yeah, I mean,
Michael's Secret Stuff, Space Jam. Like,
yeah, I mean, just trying to be open. Like, you never know. I mean, you hear about, remember when CBD and THC were first coming on, 15, 20 years ago, and you see these kids that have these epileptic seizures that last for 15 hours.
That's a good point.
That chick hasn't gotten out of the bed since she was 7.
Mm-hmm.
She's 19. Can't even speak, dude. She's in a fucking coma. Some witch doctor from Oregon comes over, drops 3 doses of CBD on her tongue, and she springs out of it. And you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh my God. They give her THC. Now she's in college. She moved out of her parents' house. She's completely normal. You're like, okay, dude. Like, okay, if Andrew Huberman teleported in this room right now and he's like, yo, if you eat 3 pounds of poison ivy, it'll cure your kidney disease. I would eat 3 pounds of poison ivy so fucking fast. Because, I mean, there are, like, some of the stuff I've done, I mean, they're talking about chemo, they're talking about all kinds of weird stuff.
Out
and I'm
there,
like,
man.
You know what, dude? At this point, it doesn't hurt to try it. If it's not going to kill me, might as well exhaust it. Might as well send it.
I feel that you have that mindset now because you've tried so much. So now it's kind of like, well, I've done worse than this.
Well, I mean,
like, how did you first start? That to me,
just straight avoidance. Like, just you say that, I'm like, no. You're like, oh, you need surgery. Like, no.
I remember having these conversations with you.
No, I'm not doing it. Oh, you need to do this. No.
So you just got to a point that traffic jam was so locked that you're like, I have to do something.
You're not making any forward progress. That's the thing. Like, I'm on the path, but I'm stuck stationary. I'm just sitting there looking at everybody else pulling it forward.
Yeah.
Like, how am I going to get this car in gear? That's exactly what's happening. It's like, if one thing gets this thing to move even a quarter of an inch,
it's a win.
3 or 4 things, like, now it's rolling. Like, oh shit, hit the gas. It's the same thing.
Objects in motion stay in motion.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I spent so long just denying it. Diet, anti-inflammatory diet, all this stuff. Like, how many people have told me over the years, like when I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia, that was so terrible. And I probably had, I'll make them 50 people. They're like, oh, you got to do an anti-inflammatory diet. I'm like, no. Like, I'm telling you, you should. Got to stop eating tomatoes, nightshade vegetables, like all this stuff. I'm like, yeah. If I would have done that 15 years ago, all of those things I was eating throughout my entire day were killing my kidneys the whole time. If I just would have opened up my option, like, oh, let's try it. Now that I've done that, I feel so much better.
It is so interesting how often we, or anyone I've talked to that's older, especially in the military, it's, I wish I would have done this, or I wish I would have known this. There's like a play between that, because I mean, I could give the best advice to my daughter in the world until she's experienced some sort of setback or some sort of whatever. She's just be like, okay, like no different than you, no different than me. Okay, I'm fine. I'm good. I'm fine. I'm that's not going to do anything. But until you have that, it's like, how do you shake someone and be like, no? It's almost, what is that movie? Billy Madison, when he's shaking the kid's face, don't go to middle school or whatever it is. It's like, don't go. And the kid's just like, why? I want to go to middle school. And it's like, how do you shake someone to be like, no, trust me. This is me. I'm you 20 years ahead. Please just listen to me.
That's exactly what I do now.
Yeah.
Like, and I feel like the people that used to give me that advice, their delivery wasn't polished enough for me to receive the information and take it on board. It's like just a general statement. They just throw it out there. No, man, I need some context. I need some color. I need some texture to it. Like, really break it down for me. And that's what I try to do now. We talk to these sports teams, college athletes, professional athletes, SWAT teams. It's the same thing. Like, I'm you 20 years in the future. I've already lived your life the whole fucking way, no matter what you're doing. I've been the new guy. I've been the guy in middle management. I've been the leader. I've done the whole thing.
Yeah.
Injuries, recovery, substance abuse. I've done the whole thing. And I'm telling you, don't rewatch my movie. There's no reason. We've already seen it. I've already given you everything that's going to happen to you.
Yeah.
Don't do it. And a lot of them, they won't. A lot of times, like, I'll stomp my feet, like, fucking listen to me.
Yeah.
This is going to happen to you. Promise you. Don't let it. You've seen the movie, dude. You don't need to rewatch it.
I think not only does the message need to be delivered good, but also the person. Like, I need to respect that person. If I don't respect you and you're telling me what it's going to be like in 20 years, I instantly am be like, no, it's not. Like, you don't know me. Like, I'm different. Like, when I see someone that takes care of their health, that's successful, that's been through problems and have come out on the other side, I I'm bought into that person now. I'm like, this person has failed, has got up. This person is healthy, they take care of themselves. This person is successful, moderately or somewhat. They apparently have direction. Now I'm like, I'll listen to this person. But if it's just like the uncle you have that's like, oh, you know, back in my day, I'm like, I got it, man. Like I don't care about your advice. So you have to have somewhat of a somewhat skin in the game or something.
Or you get the people that give you the advice but have never lived it, or they won't use themselves as an example.
That too.
Like you get a dietitian who, 230 pounds overweight. Man, it's so hard because you're not living it.
It's hard to cut past that, man.
Yeah, or you get a marriage counselor. Like, how's your marriage? He's like, oh, I've never been married. Okay. You ever been divorced? No. So you have no idea what the fuck you're talking about.
Exactly.
You learned all this in a textbook. And that's why I always say it's not your reality until it's your reality. Right? Like, you can't even understand what I'm saying right now until it happens to you, but I'm going to try to give you so much detail and so much context and so much connection and texture to it that the moment it starts to happen, it almost feels like deja vu. I feel like the best trainers in the world, they preload you with that information, and the moment it starts to surface, you're like, I've been here before. I've definitely had this conversation, like, oh shit, that's exactly what Vernon said. Here it comes. And you can see it start to build, and it's like, before it even gets to the edge, I'm already backing up.
I really like the word texture because even it goes with like how things feel versus context. Like context is, what does, but the texture of something, like, like you said that, I instantly know what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
I instantly know because there's a feeling when someone's talking with conviction, with emotion, with I've done this or I failed or
you get that visceral response when you hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to be able to build that connection to them. If you don't, it's almost falling on deaf ears. Like, yeah, I get it. No. Listen to me. This is what you're feeling. You start talking to it, and you start to see their eyes change. Like, oh, this dude knows exactly what I got going on. Like,
yes,
I've lived it, dude.
Yeah.
Trust me, the way you're feeling right now is not going to be better on Tuesday. Promise you. It's only going to get worse. And eventually, you have to make this change, and this change. Inevitably, you're going to make all three of those. You drag it out for 20 years, it's on you. Telling you, at the end of 20 years, you'll look back and you go, do you remember that dude DJ that walked in here in 2024 and told me that? Really wish I would have listened. Mm-hmm. Me too, dude. That's why you never stand up on there like, I'm the greatest. I've done this. I've done that. Like, this is all the things I've messed up my whole life.
Mm-hmm. It's and I've heard you speak now numerous times, but even the stories you tell, they are related to your life and service and whatever, but they are universal.
Yeah.
Like any person can take something from those sort of tribulations and how you've come back and that open-mindedness that you've had to the approach of those things, leadership, being a pro, all those things are so universal across any field.
Yeah, I mean, you try to because you never know where that person's going to transition to. Mm-hmm. We talk about living and dying multiple times inside your lifetime. I would say from 0 to 20, you're under somebody else's rule. You have to follow their system, be home when the streetlights are on, the whole thing. You go to college, get a couple of years for you, and then you basically, just round it out and say 20 to 40. You're a slave to the man.
Yep.
Right? Like, you're going to live and die multiple times. The way you were from 0 to 20, you can't be that exact same person to 20 to 40. Mm-hmm. You have to die, you have to re-evolve, reprogress. Now, 40 to 60, what do you do for those last 20 years? Multiple different things.
When I was out at Duke, we were talking about, they were obviously having good conversations about athleticism direct, and I brought up the point, like, at what point are we addressing them being a human? Because they are going to human a lot longer they are going to athlete. That athlete finish line is very close. For some of them, it's a lot closer than they think. But from a human standpoint, we should be building on all the characteristics of the importance of training, of health, of fitness, of not it being a negative tool. It's a positive thing that can build confidence and give them an outlet for stress, to find friendships, to be social. And I think we forget that when we're on that directional path, we get so goal oriented, or the finish line, that along the way we forget all the valuable lessons that we can be picking up along the way.
Exactly. I mean,
it's the journey.
It is, man. And there's so many things to learn from athletics. And, you see it way more than I do. They think they're going to have a Tom Brady career in every field they play. They think they're going to do that thing for 20 years. And what's the average lifespan in an NFL athlete? 3 years.
Yeah.
They're never expecting that. I use myself as an example. When I came in the SEAL teams, I expected to do that job for at least 30 years. No desire to ever get out. 17 years on a Tuesday, boom, gone. Oh, shit. Mm-hmm. It's the same thing for you, man. You zig, you should have zagged, you blow out an ACL, get a gnarly recovery, you get a rejection. Now they do a cadaver tendon, it doesn't take. You've been out for 19 months, dude. You're not coming back. Now what are you going to do? You coach high school football? You going to work at a car dealership? What are you going to do? If you haven't set up your entire foundation to be a good human, there's nothing for you to transfer all that knowledge and all that passion and skill set over to. Nothing. You set up all those brick by brick, and now I can't play football anymore. What's the next closest thing? Or how can I take all these transferable skill sets and put them on my next career? Is that a motivational speaker? Is that a strength and conditioning coach? Is that an entrepreneur? Am I going to do this or that? You already see the roadblocks. You've already been one of the best athletes that's ever walked the planet. It's the same progression. You want to be one of the best entrepreneurs. It's the exact same thing. You just got to relive it.
That's why I like how we place such an emphasis on health and wellness, because not only from a physical standpoint, we talk a lot about mental health, but those things can be peeled back from any job. Like you just said, you transition out of the military, you have the autonomy of, hey, I know what makes me feel good. I know what keeps me on the right path is my routine, is working out. Your job changes. You can control how you work out, how you eat, how you sleep. And in my opinion, it gives you not only autonomy, but like control. Because there's a lot of times in people's life when we talk about direction, they lose their job. And now they're like, what the fuck do I do? Go for a walk, man. You ain't getting a job right now. Like, apply for jobs and then go take care of yourself. Like, it's just finding those things of like, hey, as a human being, what can I do to take care of myself, to take back control? Because in my life, I might feel like I have no control. My wife wants to leave me. My job's over. My kids hate me. Like, I'm just in a bad spot. Take care of what you can control, what you can control.
Amen, dude. I mean, we use the military just because everybody likes to use that reference. Guys in the military, when they transition out, they get so far away from the person he used to be because they think they need to redefine themselves. Just take the positive things you had while you're in the military. A lot of that is the physical preparation, the physical conditioning, the confidence you have being associated with that organization, that group, that unit, whatever it might be. Now it's the exact same thing. Every time you walk into a room, whether you want to admit it or not, you judge everybody in the room based off how they are, the way they present. Eye contact, handshake's a huge thing. And you see guys like, oh yeah, I was in the 82nd Airborne, and you look at them. I shouldn't automatically think you're lying to me.
Yeah.
I should look at you and be like, oh, awesome. Appreciate your service. I'm not going to look at you and go, how many decades ago was that? Like, you've completely let yourself go. And it's not going to take a Herculean effort to get you back over there. You just got to sacrifice a little bit of time, man. I think people would be shocked if they just walked it 3 times a day, 20 minutes, do that for 30 days and watch what it does for you. Change your whole life. And the confidence goes up. You walk back in the room, chest up, shoulders back.
You have direction.
You do.
There's just something about that, just walking forward, moving forward. It's I don't want to get metaphorical, but there's just something about just moving and not sitting back and sitting still and wait, and just like you hurt your shoulder and you're down, and just it's really easy to sit on the couch, watch Netflix, feel bad about yourself. Oh, I can't do anything. And people would understand, like, hey, you want to go get brunch? I can't, my shoulder. Okay, that's fine. Versus being like, hey, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna do what I can. What can I do? Not what can't I do?
I was looking at photos the other day, and it was, I think, the day after I got electrocuted, the day after I came out of the hospital, and hands are all bandaged up, can't even move. And we got that 2-pound dumbbell.
Yeah.
Doing wrist curls on day 1.
Direction.
Hey, man, we're making positive movement that way.
Yep.
Like, I'm not going to sit here and feel sorry for myself. Like, what can I do? I can walk and I can do wrist curls. I can't do anything else. Looks like my workout split's really easy. We're walking, doing wrist curls. Like, can't do a plank because I can't put anything on my upper body. Like, there's not a whole lot of stuff you can do. The moment I can actually use my arms and extend them out, we're doing belt squats.
Yep.
The moment we can do belt squats, now we're chipping away at everything else. Can I do just body weight lunges? Yeah, man, I can put my arms in double slings, do body weight lunges.
Yep.
Awesome. That's one more. Here we go. Let's keep going. Get this thing out of a sling. Now what are we doing? Now bicep curls. Like, you just slowly chip away at it. But if you lose that momentum, by the time the slings come off and like, all right, you're really ready to go, you've fallen so far from grace. It's such a long time to build back up. But if I keep my connectedness with the process over and over, wake up at the same time every day. You're not going to the gym. I'm not going for a walk. It's still my routine. It makes me better. Now it gives me all this time. Normally I'd be training. Well, now my workout only takes 45 minutes. I've now got all this. What am I going to do? Read a fucking book. Do something. Meditate. Do some breath work. Do anything. Something positive every second you can.
I've talked to people regarding fitness that they get frozen because they don't have like a goal. Like, they feel like, oh, my goal should be to squat X amount of weight. And it's like, I don't know what my goal should be. You're just going in a direction. Like, you're just heading north. That's in a positive way. And along the way, you may realize, man, I really like powerlifting. I really like calisthenics. I really like kettlebells. Who knows? But as long as you're moving in a positive direction, you don't have to have a fixated point. That point can change along the way, like you said. Maybe you get over in the right lane and you enjoy that and you're not held hostage to that. You can shift over, but you're still moving down a positive direction. You don't have to have a goal to get started. It could just be improve something as simple as your health with a walk.
Yeah, setting the goals is weird, man. And, every now and then I'll throw one out.
Yeah.
I want to bench press 400 pounds. I want to do this. I want to do that. I was thinking about it the other day. I used to have one. I had it written down. My goal was to be able to do a bear complex, and I can't remember what it was. They don't ask me, but I thought it was like 10 deadlifts, 10 hang cleans, 10 shoulder press, drop it on your back, 10 back squats, a front rack.
Without putting the bar down type thing? Yeah.
With 225, and I watched Dmitry Klokov do it, and it's like, maybe my goals are a little bit too lofty. Like maybe that's going to take me a lot longer than I thought it was going to be. Like I'm going to start that entire complex with 95 pounds, and I'm going to do it until I can cruise through it. Then I go 115. Then I go 135. So I'm chipping away at that thing every day. Kind of like, if I could make a universal standard of readiness, maybe we should take all your favorite movements. It could be, heavy pulls from the floor, a box jump, a broad jump, a pull, a press, something like that. It's like, am I chipping away at that every single day? Do I have to hit my numbers? And I think that's what a lot of people do. And that's why I'm glad we did that bench press one. We worked on that shit for 52 weeks. Mm-hmm. Like it takes a long time, dude. I think a lot of people man, I've been in the gym for, 90 days. I can't hit my goal. Usain Bolt trained for 4 years to shave off 1/100 of a second, dude. Mm-hmm. Like, it's not going to happen fast, dude.
It shouldn't. Like, that's the point. Like, to me, if I could accomplish something in a month, like, that's not enough. Like, I want something that's long that I have to think towards. I've tried to look, it's funny you gave the street analogy, but when it comes to goals, I was the last person I was talking to was a weight loss goal, and they blew past it, and they kind of felt like lost, like now what? And I gave them the metaphor of it being a billboard. Like your goals should be billboards that you see, and then you keep going. Like you see it, and then it's next. It's like, what's next? Because I think far too often than not, we associate that with being like, that's the goal. And then you get there and you're like, now what? Like that was just something that you thought you could get to, or it was like such a reach that you were like, that's what I would love to do. And then you get there and you're like, what? But now there should be goals that you're developing along the way. Mm-hmm. Like halfway to that weight loss goal, you're like, man, now I want to set another one. Like give yourself these challenges along the way. I also saw a therapist talking online, and they said the reason you don't feel like you're achieving your goals is because you're improving along the way. And it was basically the mindset of like, I'm never going to get to the point where 6 months ago, you would have loved to be where you're at right now. Mm-hmm. You just keep setting higher standards. So now your goals keep moving. You're like, man, I'm never getting there because you keep pushing further. So your body's just like, oh, we can do more. We can do more. So you're not satisfied with where you're at.
A lot of people do that, man.
I do that too.
Yeah. I don't think there's anything wrong with it to a certain extent unless you don't identify that. Mm-hmm. Right? You start to dwell on it like, dude, I trained my whole life to run a marathon. I just ran one. Now what?
Yes. They just fall back to right where they were. Be like, why? Why would you do that? You did so good. Now do the next one. What's the next marathon? Or what's the next thing that you want to do? Give yourself that. And I think if people need to set themselves up when they start getting close to that goal, that weight loss goal, it's like, hey, we need to have a new goal. And just keep pushing it back. It's easy to chase something, and when you get there, it's like, oh, this is the view? Like I'm at the summit now. Like I'm at the summit. Do I really want to go higher? I don't know. Like I think in the health space, people get caught there often.
I agree.